if I'm Graves now and my vein doesn't freak me, like doesn't doesn't leash, I will just do this, and I'll press this button very soon. So,
Yeah.
especially in this beautiful region that you play, I don't think
Yeah.
they will like. Maybe if you're very, very, very polite, they could like let you. But as a rule of thumb, you should prefer like short way, even though sometimes it's a bit risky that you're gonna cheese in the matchup, that you're gonna get cheesed. What's going on, guys? Besides here, and into this video, we will learn how to play end carry on AD carry properly. By the end of this video, you will improve your wave management, recall timings, and macros significantly, so you can also use these tips no matter what your rank is. Remember that what you're seeing right now is a premium personalized coaching session. This guy booked his coaching with me when he was hard stuck in Silver 2 with around 45% win rate. Right now, after around 2 weeks, he climbed instantly to gold 2 just from one coaching session. This is another person that climbed from platinum to master tier with my coaching. Here is another guy, gold to master tier, currently actually pushing for grandmaster with my coaching. Are you tired of feeling stuck in your current rank and unable to climb the ladder? Or do you find yourself struggling to convert winning games and make progress? If you're serious about improving in League of Legends and you want to get your gameplay to the next level, go ahead and book your own personalized coaching session and start instantly. I'll see you in the session. Platinum 1, so I kind of need to know in what year you were Platinum 1. Were you like last season or like a few seasons ago?
So this was a couple, I think it was 2 seasons ago, because
Okay.
I took a break from League, and then now I just started playing again.
Sounds good. So the maximum rank that you achieved in the last 12 months is?
I guess Emerald 4 then.
Emerald 4. Emerald 4,
Yeah.
but I was Platinum 1 2 years ago, I think you said. Because then you took a break and everything. Okay, that sounds good, Alan. That sounds good. So you want to get to Diamond, but maybe higher. I was Emerald 4, but I was okay, good. So you're Platinum 1. Your champion pool right now is
I mainly played Twitch, Jin, and Draven.
Twitch, Jin, and Raven. Beautiful. Twitch, beautiful champion pool. Jin and Raven. Okay. And what do you think holds you back from getting to Diamond?
I think there's a lot of things. I think one of them is I'm bad at converting leads into winning.
Okay.
I feel that sometimes I don't show up to fights on time, and yeah, I guess I struggle with like mid and late game decision making.
Okay, so I struggle in late game decision making. You said something about the fights as well?
Yeah, I find that sometimes I'm not at fights that my team is at, or like they'll die before I get there, so I'm not showing up on time.
Okay, I'm not there with them in time. They die before I get there. Okay, I see. Oh, okay, this is definitely very big. Okay, that sounds good. That sounds good, Alan. That sounds good. That sounds good. Okay, yes, I saw your PGG. As I said, I think you have a big potential, but we'll see in this today's coaching session what exactly you need for Diamond. So, what are your expectations on this coaching that we're gonna do? Like, what do you specifically want to get from the coaching session?
I guess just to slowly improve overall. Like obviously, it's not something that happens quickly, right? So,
True.
but I'm hoping. Because maybe I don't know what my problems are, right? So hopefully we can identify what they are, and then I can slowly work on them.
Perfect. That sounds very, very good. That sounds very good. Okay, so we got two games right here in like to warm up. So usually we can do VOD review or we can do live. We have an hour and a half, so we can most likely do both of them. But what do you think we should start with, Alan? What do you think? Should we maybe you have a game that you think it's worth reviewing right now? We can do that. Obviously, definitely we can do that. Or we can just play a new game and you can show me how you play. What do you think would work better for you specifically?
I think a VOD review would work best.
Perfect. And were you thinking about a specific game or?
Let me look through one. I think there's one where I'm very fed and I still lose. I think if you scroll down, it's a 16-3 Twitch game.
Okay,
Yeah, right there.
let's see. So that is on NA. Okay, so we have 16 and 3 on Twitch. Wait. So
Oh, you missed it. It's up a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. 16-3 and you lost? Oh my god, what happened this game? Holy.
I can't remember, but I did have a couple. I think I had an Inting Scion or something, but I feel like I still should have been able to carry because I was so fed.
I see, I see.
Um,
Hey,
but
Invictus,
this
welcome,
is
man.
where I start thinking like I have issues with macro decision making because I
Yes,
feel like the
yes.
reason I lost that game is they had a split pushing Yorick,
Oh, shit,
and I
yes.
feel like I lose every game against Yorick. I don't know how to play against him. He just seems to split all game, and he's a raid boss. You need 5 people to kill him, so I don't know.
I see, I see, I see, I see. Okay, does this happen a lot with you, like being fed and then boom, you can't carry? Like, what do you think?
Yeah, that it happens all. And there's a few games under that where I even get a pentakill on Twitch and I lose.
Oh
Like
my
I'm
god.
super fed that game and still lose. Yeah.
Okay, okay, that is all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, we definitely need to take a look at this one. Maybe we can do multiple VOD reviews, or maybe we can do one and then a live. We'll see, we'll see. Okay, good,
Okay.
Alan. So let me see this game on speed up first, so I can see your biggest mistakes before we go into the full analysis. So when you play the game, first of all, in champion select, do you have a specific thought process about what champion you're gonna pick, or in what situation, or do you just be like, okay, I wanna play Twitch, let me play Twitch? Like, how do you go?
Sometimes it depends. So like let's say if I'm gonna play Draven and they have like if they have a if it kind of depends on our team comp. Like I just felt like here, since we have a Fiddlesticks, that Twitch will work really well with Fiddlesticks because he has a big engage with a lot of CC and I can just sit back and kill the enemy. So I guess that would have been my thought process. And then as far as like bot lane picks, I don't really worry about what the any enemy bot lane is picking, except for like I'll change my summoner spells depending on what they pick.
Okay, 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 okay,
Um,
okay.
and sometimes I change my runes. Like if they have a really pokey lane, I might take like the biscuit rune, because I feel like Twitch is kind of weak in lane. So I tend to just play back, farm, and wait for the enemy to make mistakes.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good. So, in this specific matchup, what were you planning to do here?
Well, I know that if I get engaged on by Leona and I don't have cleanse, I'm probably gonna die because she just has so much CC. So I feel like I play mostly safe in this game,
True, true,
and
true.
I just kind of wait like for opportunities to kill them. Like for example, when we just baited them into Fiddlesticks gank.
That sounds very good. That sounds very good. Okay, let me take a look. What is your death ratio per game? It's very low. That is very nice. Okay, that is very nice. I see, I see, I see, I see, I see, I see. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, that sounds good. Perfect. So you want to play like relatively safe, sure. That is very, very good. Okay, let me record the session as well in case you want to see it one more time. Perfect. So now you should be able to have the session recorded, and we're gonna go on window as well. Okay, yeah, we have like multiple things already to talk about here. Nothing some super, super, super huge. Okay, how do you decide AD or AP though? Or do you just play AD or?
Oh, I only play AD Twitch, but I like starting Dorn's Ring because it gives me more damage on my poison and
True.
on my E. So I just feel like it's since I'm weak in lane, I might as well get any little advantage I can.
True.
So I just take Doran's Ring for that extra damage.
I see, I see, I see, I see, I see. Okay, that sounds very good. That sounds very good. Okay, so you said you want to play relatively slow against Leona because you're strong. You took the cleanse in this matchup against Leona. This is good. You can also use it against Viego alternatively, but overall this is fine. Let me think. What's the matchup with Vayne though? How do you feel about this matchup with Vayne?
I feel like in a 1v1 I'm gonna lose against her, but I'm not really worried about the laning phase. It's just that I know that I feel like as a Twitch, I can be more productive in a team fight than Vayne can. So it doesn't really concern me. Like it's not a bad matchup.
Okay, that sounds very good. That sounds very good. Okay, perfect. Good, 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 good. So you're saying that you're outscaling the Vayne right here.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds good. That sounds good. That sounds good. When you say that you're outscaling, you're also counting on the fact that you have a Janna on support here.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So with Janna, you basically you're outscaling, but I mean you would outscale anyways even without Janna, but with Janna you're like on steroids basically. And especially
Yeah.
if you think about like they have Leona, which against Jana is very useless theoretically, and also Viego is like super bad against Jana. So this Twitch pick here is very insane, very very insane in late game.
Yeah. Like I feel like in this game, as long as I can position well in a team fight, and like it should be fine. Like I should just be able to wipe out their whole team.
Yes. Okay, that sounds very good. That sounds very good. Okay,
And
wait.
honestly, like my positioning has been something I've been working on for a while now, because I feel like before I was dying in team fights a lot. So now I'm much more patient before I go into a team fight about choosing where I'm gonna position myself. So I feel like that's helped me a lot with Twitch. But yeah.
I see. I see. Yes, okay. Yeah, we're gonna need to talk about this. You have some bad patterns that are gonna get you to have very low damage in team fights and not be in team fights. Yes, no problem. This looks theoretically easy to fix. Okay, perfect, good. So far so good. Your game knowledge is good. You wanna play the lane safe. I want you to tell me specifically, so you don't really want to trade against Vayne necessarily, but after Berserker Boots or after the like what power specs do you have on the lane?
Well, I know once I get Blade of the Ruin King and like Berserker Greaves, I'm pretty fine. And honestly, I think even at level 6, once I have, or after level 6, once I have my item, I think I can 1v1 Vayne just because she shouldn't be able to get in range of me. So
Yes.
I don't even think it's a really hard matchup, to be honest.
Yes, perfect.
I think hard matchups for Twitch is something like Ezreal or Ashe, where they don't really allow you to hit them.
Perfect. Do you think Draven is a hard matchup?
Yes, but I feel like you can play safe against him if you have a decent support. But if you don't, then yeah, it's definitely hard.
What about the Caitlyn?
Caitlyn, I don't feel like she's particularly strong right now, but I feel like yeah, it can be a hard matchup sometimes. But after level 6, it's usually fine against Caitlyn. It's just early game. She's hard to deal with.
Okay, that sounds good. Yes. Okay. You have some big mistakes in the game. Okay, I see. Okay, perfect. So when you play the lane on any champion, you wanna have two plans. One is the plan of trading, how you wanna trade, and two is the plan of items, what do you wanna ideally recall for. So the plan of trade, you told me that you wanna avoid trading. Well, if she tumbles into you and she goes for one auto attack, and then she backs off, she could out trade you. But if you just stack your poison on her and you W on her with the door answering, I think you have a good chance to outrage her. Overall, you just want to avoid trading really, especially if you get closer to Leona, so it's a very safe lane. But you didn't tell me what you want to recall for, what is the goal threshold that you want to recall for, and what are the items that you want to buy.
Okay, well, on Twitch, I usually like getting tier 2 boots as fast as possible, just because it helps me like with attack speed, obviously, and you also get the movement speed to dodge Leona abilities. So I feel like that's what I tried rushing for, but I can't really remember if that's what I ended up doing.
Okay, good. So
then, yeah, after I get my Berserker Greaves, I'll usually go for like a pickaxe or longsword just to get some extra AD, like makes it easier to farm under tower and stuff like that.
Beautiful. So if you would have to tell me a few thresholds that you want to get your first recall for, like what would that be ideally?
So my first recall, I usually can get tier 2 boots off of that.
Perfect.
And
how much is that?
Recall after 1100 gold.
1100 gold, so that's a good threshold. Perfect. If you can't get boots, do you have like another good base?
Yeah, so if I can't get boots, like let's say I only back but I have like 700 gold, so usually that will happen if I don't kill the enemy, right?
Yes.
Around 700 gold, I'll still get boots, but I'll get a longsword.
Perfect. Okay, that is a decent buy. I wouldn't say it's an ideal to get like boots, longsword, or double longsword. So the ideal buy is 1100, and if you can't get that one, then anything else is kind of whatever. But if you can't get that one, you should try to get it. So we have 1100 gold. Perfect. Tell me a bit of Twitch power spikes before we actually go into this game. So when does he power spikes decently, and when does his power spike like very good, and when does he become 1v9?
So, okay. I think he power spikes decently once I have 2 items. So
Perfect.
once I get Blade of the Ruin King and Runins, I can be useful in team fights.
True.
One more power spike is after I get Infinity Edge, so 3 items. That's a big power spike for me. And then, obviously, by the time I'm full build, I should be able to kill a whole team. Just 1v9.
Beautiful. Okay, what do you think is the minimum items requirement for Twitch to be useful in a team fight?
2.
Okay,
So
perfect.
I think Blade of the Ruin King and Runin's Hurricane.
Okay. Good. That's a very important question. We're gonna try to change a bit of the number. We're gonna see why this is holding you back and how this is screwing up your gameplay. Okay, that sounds very good. Okay, let's start with the review. So you took Lens in this matchup, very good. You took Doran's Ring, very nice. You're a Twitch player, so you know your limits very well on Twitch. I think I didn't do the math, but I think Doran's Ring sounds very amazing on him. Okay.
Yeah, it gives about an extra 30 damage as opposed to Doran's Blade at level 1.
Sounds good. Now you just go for a leash. In this matchup, I wouldn't consider like telling him if he can start without a leash because it's Janna Twitch against Vayne. I mean, against Vayne Leona, it's okay to get prio, but with Twitch, I mean, it's not like you can bully them in the lane or poke them. So I wouldn't really consider asking Fiddle to like, hey bro, can we not leash? So this is fine that you're leashing in this matchup. Then you go like this. Okay. So you had 2 options right here. You had option like this or option like this. Why did you choose this one? Is there a particular like thought process?
Well, for one, my support is already going that way. So if I choose to take the risky way into the river, I could get 2v1 with a Leona cheese. And I don't really want to waste my cleanse before laning starts, so I just chose to take the safer route.
That sounds very good. Okay. What's the advantage of aggressive route? What's the advantage of the safe route?
Well, I think if I take the aggressive route, I can get to the wave faster, and I feel like they have an early advantage over us, so the more minions I can hit without like having to deal with them, the better.
Okay.
And if I take the safe route, I don't risk getting killed in the river as well. So
okay,
I could miss some farm.
Okay, so to summarize, if you go fast, like if you go this way, you go faster to the lane phase, you can push faster. Either you can push if you want to poke them, you can push if you want to avoid them, because if you push against a Caitlyn, it can also help you to do that, because you're not going to get poked anymore. But you can also help if you have a Thresh. If you want to achieve level 2 advantage faster, then you can go short way. And then long way, of course, is when you are scared of this one. Yeah. I wouldn't say you should miss minions if you go long way, because the only way you're gonna really realistically lose minions is if you stay here like 6-7 auto attacks and then you also go long way, like you over leash.
So that's why I did 5 auto attacks.
Yeah, that's good. 5 auto attacks is good, and you should be able to get at the perfect time right here. I don't think the minions are not gonna be okay. It's half HP, so it's more than perfect. In this matchup, again, usually I think short way has a lot of advantages, because you get faster in the lane, you can look to poke them, you can double them, or you can even like start Q and then you can go here and you can just drop like 2 auto attacks on the Vayne, because Leona should always start Q, majority of the cases. But I think in this specific situation against Vayne Leona, it's fine that they actually went the long way, because first of all, you might get cheesed, and second of all, even if you get prior level 1, it's not really that big of a deal. But Ellen, if you play against a Caitlyn or against a Sivir or against someone that you think that getting prio is gonna be useful, against someone that you know they're just gonna perma shove into the tower, it's good to go short way, even though sometimes you have to risk it, because to be realistic, I mean, if the enemy jungle, if I'm Graves now and my Vayne doesn't freak me, like doesn't leash, I will just do this and I'll press this button very soon. So, you know, especially in this beautiful region that you play, I don't think they will like it. Maybe if you're very, very, very polite, they could like let you. But as a rule of thumb, you should prefer like short way, even though sometimes it's a bit risky that you're gonna cheese in the matchup, that you're gonna get cheesed in matchups where you think getting prio is very, very important, either because you want to poke them easier or you just want to avoid them. You can risk a little bit to go short way. And a trick that you can do here, now as you're leashing, you should already ping on my way, on my way, on my way. So this guy knows, but you don't ping now, because now she already gone for the root. You ping now, before the blue buff spawns.
Yeah. Right.
This is like a trick that you can do. I don't think it's fundamentally bad to go a long way, because in this matchup it doesn't matter. But yeah, in a matchup where it can matter, like against push lane or stuff like that, I would definitely go short way. Okay, you go in the lane. Perfect, you started E now, so this is basically kind of like the worst for lane, but it's good for the leash. Let's see what we're gonna do right here. Okay, so we have some clicks. This is what I call emerald clicks. Okay, tell me a little bit more about level 1 Twitch Janna against Vayne Leona. Tell me a bit more about that.
Well, I feel like it's in favor for us because Leona can't do anything unless she walks right up to us, which she shouldn't be allowed to do because both of us are ranged.
Yes, exactly.
So I feel like there's opportunity to get free trades off on Vayne when she goes to hit the creeps.
True.
So I can get in free auto attacks on her.
Beautiful. So what you should be doing, you're saying that you should be walking up, pushing the minions, and if Vayne tries to do something crazy, you can always like consider poking her and auto-attacking her, because Janna is stronger than Leona. Leona will most likely have Q, and even if she has E, the E... Do you know the stun duration of the E of Leona?
I think... I thought it's just a root, but I
Perfect, so it's a root.
Seconds?
Good. So
it's 1.5 seconds, right?
So it's a root. Good. It's a root. Okay, good. So how much is the Q?
I think 2 or 3 seconds.
Okay, it would be really crazy if it would be that the Morgana Q is a second and 75 seconds, 1.75 second, and if you max it, you can get it up to 3 or 2.5. I'm not sure here, but level 1 Leona Q 1, and it's a stun. You're right, like 1 second, and then the root of the Leona is just 0.5 seconds. So this is why I'm saying that, because here 100% you should just walk up and you should try to punish Vayne after you push a little bit, because Leona is useless. But some other players could be like, hey, but what if Leona is crazy and she starts E? But if she starts E, as you can see right here, it's just 0.5 seconds, and then Q is a second. But yeah, but Q range is like this. You're never gonna get Q. So what we're saying so right here, she's useless.
She's pretty useless.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like Alistar here. So here, any click that is basically behind you, like now, if I see 10 seconds of your laning phase, I will be able to see your rank. So now you auto attack the minion. So this is good. This is already above silver. So you're gold or platinum. Let's see what you're gonna do. You're gonna move on the left. This is good. You're still confident. So you're high gold already. This is good. This click so shows me that, ooh, why are we backing? You see? Right. This click already puts me, it's like, why is he clicking back? Because there is no, like, I mean, okay, Leona tried to go in the brush. Theoretically, it's pressure, but it's not pressure at level 1. And you can see that it goes from worse to worse. Like now, you walk up to the minions, like, this is fine. I'll be like, okay, good, Alan, this is fine. And then, ooh, look at the click behind. You see this? Even though the click should have been right here. Because if this guy was to walk up, you can auto-attack him, and then Janna is here with you. And then Leona is just a Pokemon. Actually, doesn't do much. So here, let's see the clicks. Like left, right. This is neutral clicks. Like this is neutral clicks. This is defensive clicks and this is aggressive clicks. Which one should we actually do here? Aggressive, of course. So here, this neutral clicks. This is 99% of the players that have your playstyle, like very, very safe playstyle in terms of the dead ratio, is super patient. They have this pattern because sometimes they are too patient. Like as you can see here, it's like, okay, there is no reason to be like defensive and patient. And now the worst click that you can do is behind you. So let's see what you're gonna do. As you can see, you're clicking behind. You're like, okay, but I wanna chill. Well, true in general with Twitch, but not now. Like look at your clicks. You see this? It doesn't really make any sense. Like what clicks you're. And now this is already good. Okay, so now I'm already thinking, okay, this guy is plat. Okay, he was low gold, but now he's plat. He's walking up. This is good. But then boom, you're clicking back again. You see this? So this is a pattern.
And there is no threat against him.
There is no threat. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So, okay, I'll just put this right here. Okay, let's see. So the browns we're gonna put the caps lock. So okay, perfect, good. And then now you're like, okay, but we lost priority. We need to back off. Well, now, yeah, I agree with you because Leona is in the brush, but until now you should have just played a lot more aggressive.
Yeah.
And then now she misses the E, and then she stays into the brush again. Here, theoretically, this is okay. So far you have a like Platinum 1, Emerald 4 laney phase. As you saw, like the clicks there were pretty bad. Leona missed the E. You woke up immediately. I mean, you can't really do much on them really because they're stronger. And Leona goes into the brush and you word the brush. Of course, if you were here a master tier or a grandmaster player, I will tell you that this word is horrible. If you're bronze or like gold or silver or like emerald, I will tell you that it's good to word the brush. Because, I mean, obviously Leona is there and it relieves the pressure. But if you put a word here in front of the Leona, what can she do though?
Nothing, because her E is on cooldown.
True, so she's unable to go on you. Good.
Yeah, so, and I also have the Janna, even if she could. But, oh, well, she DC'd right now, too, but...
Did you know that the Leona has the auto-attack reset? Like auto-Q auto, like instant?
Oh, yeah, I did.
So then if you put this word right here and Leona is good, what is she gonna do?
She's gonna break it immediately.
Exactly. So this is why if this is a challenger or a grandmaster Twitch, he's gonna put the word like at the very extremity of the brush, because the chances of her being like at the very extremity is very low. So if you want to word the brush, never word against Leona in the center. Never word here. I mean, here is too greedy because you have to be here. So you have to word like at the very extremity right here. So because Leona, she only has like this range to get the word. So if she's gonna be in the right here, she has to walk a little bit in order for her to auto-attack your word. Again, this is very subtle and it's just grandmaster or challenger mistake, but you're not in aspiring to get that elo yet, so we're not gonna put too much attention on. Now, of course, 1v2, you're playing safe, there is not much to see here. I really like that you're a patient player. Now you just play, you lose the priority, so the fact that you lose the priority level 1 is bad. The fact that you overall lose the priority in this lane phase is not that bad. I think that you could have played a lot more aggressive if you play right level 1. Because as you saw, if you poke Vayne and you play properly, they are not really gonna have like too many chances in the lane. But it's fine. So far, I think I will give you like a 7.5 for the lane phase. So now you queue, you look at the river, they're fighting, then you decide to move, but then you see they flashed over the wall, so you immediately turn back to the wave. The initial move there on the river is correct, because they were in a fight here, and you thought that you can get it in time. Now it's pretty close to you, you have your Q, Janna is with you, so this was a good initial move, and then the secondary move on the towards the wave is very good. So your decision making was very good here. Let's see what you're gonna do. Okay, you're gonna hard push here, they go on you, okay, you try to W, you cleanse immediately. Have exhaust. This is a decent trade. Very good. And let's see what you're gonna do after. Options is 1 recall, 2 word. Okay, let's see if you're gonna. I see. And we're gonna see that now. Again, the same pattern of playing overly, like overwhelmingly safe is gonna hold you back, Alan. Here. Good. So. And this is why I keep pointing at the dead ratio, because the KDA says a lot about you as a player and the win rate. Okay, good. So here, if this is a challenger player, he has 2 options. Option number 1, recall. Option number 2, tell me more about the recall here. What is good about this recall? Because there are a lot of advantages about this recall, for sure.
Well, the wave is too big for them to clear in time, so that means I won't miss any creeps if I back right now. So then I can get to lane and not miss anything. True. And then I can also set up a freeze when the creeps push in, and then that's just the way I see it, I guess.
Perfect. Because you think that after you push, the wave is gonna bounce into you. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, what is the disadvantage of the recall here?
I don't really know.
Okay, perfect. So the disadvantage of this recall, like obviously the recall is correct in terms of the wave. Like the wave is beautiful for a recall, but unfortunately this is kind of bronze thinking what I'm saying right now. Okay, I should recall because the wave is pushing the tower. I mean, that's just a bronze thinking because when a diamond player is gonna recall, he also takes into consideration, well, how much gold do I have? Do I have the items? Do I have something good to buy? And a diamond player will also take a look at the HP of the enemies, because if you want to recall but they are 1 HP, then you can consider staying if you think you can actually get on them. So in terms of the wave, you're right. This is a beautiful place to recall. Okay, in terms of the gold, 867. It's not really bad, but it's not really good. You can say, okay, but I can get a boots longsword. Yeah, true. But it's not something that you can say, okay, I need to recall now. I have berserkers. I'm gonna be strong. I wouldn't say it's something that should like this is more of a minus in terms of like the gold. So again, 1, we take into consideration the wave state when we recall, and 2, we take into consideration the gold. The wave state is check and positive. The gold is kind of like neutral or meh. It's not good, it's not bad. And then if you think about it right now, tell me more about these guys right here into the tower.
Well, they're low health.
True.
So they can't afford to stay in lane as well as we can.
Exactly. And if you think about it, Leona has 90 mana, so she needs 60 mana for E and then 35 mana for Q, but she doesn't really have W, so she's gonna be very squishy. So already, as you can see, in terms of the wave, this is check, it's good to recall. In terms of the gold, is neutral, and in terms of the HP of the enemies, it's bad because they are low. So this is why in this specific case you should consider staying. I agree with you. If they were
Sorry, I was gonna say, like, what about? I might have been thinking too, like, am I putting myself at risk for getting ganked?
Perfect. So then we have to ask ourselves, first question is, who is the enemy jungle? And it's a Graves. And we have to ask ourselves, how scary is the Leona Graves in terms of how is the wave? So now we're gonna push the wave, and the wave is gonna be in the middle. So how scary is the gank of a Graves when he has Leona with this mana and this HP?
It's not too bad.
Perfect. So this is why you should stay. If Leona is level 6 and you don't have cleanse and it's an Elise and you have a good item in base, I'll tell you, Alan, you should recall. You should not stay here. But in this specific situation, Graves is just, well, he's not really, he has W, his smoke screen, but I mean, that's all really. And then Leona is strong. You have no cleanse. But to be honest with you, we have a big wave. We're gonna crush. It's like low mana. If you want, you can even what I would do here, I would go for a ward, because you just crash the wave, you put the ward, then you just pressure, you should be fine here.
For those of you who are struggling winning and climbing in solo queue but are serious about getting better, I also do coaching for players that want to improve and get their gameplay to the next level. Coaching can't make you better if you just play normals and ARAMs and don't like playing ranked, or you don't care about improving, you just play for fun. Or let's say you just play the game for like 3 hours, maybe 4 hours per week, and that's about it. Coaching doesn't help you. Coaching can help you if you feel hard stuck, if you struggle carrying games, if you want to stop wasting time auto-piloting and not learning anything, if you run into a circle for a long time, if you want to find out the mistakes that hold you back, or simply maybe you have problems with the wave management, maybe you feel lost throughout the mid game, maybe you struggle with the decision making, macro, and you just want to learn how to do it properly from a professional coach. Or let's say you have difficulties checking the enemy jungle and you die a lot to ganks. Or simply maybe you just want to learn how to carry 1 versus 9 so you can actually climb and stop really wasting time. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and book your own coaching now and start improving instantly. I'll see you in the session.